I might just try to play the break of this low and anticipate that this trade's going to move through this noise back down. It's just so risky. That's a lot of wicks here. But as far as the bearish trade goes, like I'm definitely on that side today. Gold failed to break out Asian session last night and continued in London, and now pre-New York just continuing down. It's just easy short side, but the problem is just getting in without a bounce. That's gonna yank you out first.
Yeah.
If this range right here, if this was up here, oh, this would be no problem. This would be, easiest trade of the century.
Back, right?
What's that?
It's too far back, right? To trust that those.
No, this is perfect. You can use this. I'm just saying, if this range is so clean. If it was up here, if this exact setup right here was just flip-flopped with the one we have, it would be a lot easier. Be way easier. We're just gonna have to take it, see what happens here.
Yeah, I found it interesting that since I started following you and looking at the gold charts, I'm starting to see the pattern.
Oh yeah, it's actually, a lot of people make it a lot harder than they need to. It's pretty easy.
And you don't see the pattern right away, but I'm starting to see it's like a 3-day pattern. 3 to 4 days, something like that.
Yeah, it's really pretty simple. It's not bad at all. Maybe if the 30-minute looks a little more clear here. Is
nobody else coming in? Oh, we got 14 people in here.
Yeah, there's some people coming in here.
I'll let you go. So
yeah, so we're gonna have to give this a minute. Definitely on the short side today. I think maybe we could play the break of the 630 candle and run this trade down, but it's just definitely do not, if you're one of the people that like to over leverage, just not a good idea. It's probably gonna be a bit more risky trade. I had a nice I posted the buy yesterday. I had a pretty nice buy yesterday on gold. It happened so fast. It was literally right off, I think 7:06 in the morning is when it happened, but pretty easy. Literally 30-minute candle just closed bullish. I just played the break. Same thing I'm looking at today. I just played the break of 630, even with a little noise. It just ripped. Size in and out pretty fast, probably within a minute and a half. See Bitcoin's breaking up today. I got so close to getting my short position here too. If this daily would have broke the previous one, this thing would have melted, but didn't. Just gave FU candles and took off out of there.
Hey, quick noob question. I'm getting signed up on TradingView right quick. Do you recommend the Pro Plus, or Premium account?
I don't use it. I don't think it's really necessary at all, honestly. I think you just use the basic account. You don't need to have the Pro. I don't even really know the benefit in there. I think the only thing that it does is, one second. The only thing that it does is gives you no advertisements.
Okay.
It lets you open more windows at once. You can do a
Yeah.
historical replay of intraday candles.
More safe.
You get some more indicators. You can max out 3 on the free one. You can have a bunch if you pay at one time.
Okay.
I like that you can have more alerts.
I never used the alerts. Mess with it once, but I should probably explore that.
Are you waiting to see what the 15-minute does? Oh, our Tanner disappeared.
Sorry, I had stepped away for a minute.
Yeah. Are you waiting for the 15-minute to see where it goes?
Yeah, I don't really typically really get into a rush with anything. I just kind of sit here and wait, and honestly, probably like a good portion of it is just all in the gut at this point. I just know when it's time to look at it, and I don't know. I've just been watching the same chart for years now, so I don't really know how to explain it. But these pullbacks I ignore. I don't get. People ask why I don't play pullbacks. I'll show you. I'll actually show you why I don't. I might anticipate a move, but I'll show you why I don't trade the anticipated move. It's actually, it can be pretty killer to trade like that. It's not good. Really not a good habit. That's something I used to do. Trade anticipated moves, not good. I'll pull it up. I'll explain it why. I had said something about this the other day. It's kind of like the people in, I look at the people within part of my community, and they keep saying this market has to crash. Isn't it going to crash? And I keep saying, why do you anticipate that? It's the stupidest thing you can do. You're going to do nothing but get destroyed doing that. And anyways, you're looking at a market that's setting all-time highs every other day. So it's just not a good idea, technically or just fundamentally. I'm trying to find, I explained this the other day, the anticipation. I'll explain why it's pretty important too.
Yeah, 2008 was a unique scenario. And we're not in that at all.
I would say this is a unique scenario in its own way, but it's not.
It is.
We're not crashing just yet. I want to find this and pull it up for you guys. I cannot. Oh, okay, here it is. Here it is. This will explain kind of. So on Bitcoin, I had this idea that these daily candles are finally breaking the lows here, right? And if you look at Bitcoin on the daily, while we're waiting on gold, I might as well just explain this. But if you look at Bitcoin on the daily, the last time it broke. So what I pay attention to is like bodies of candles and the wicks. And what I'll do is I'll wait for this is on any time frame. I apply this every day when we trade, when we scalp. But what I do is I wait for a candle to break through an obvious support like this, something like this candle or something like this candle. And what I'll do is I'll wait for that break and I'll play the breakout on the next candle. So as soon as the low breaks on that candle, I'll play the breakout on that. And so the same thing happened here. Well, the daily candle broke and it leaves you room to play the breakout on the next candle. And ironically, when you get a breakout towards huge breakdown areas where it could just melt, it's always in a New York session. So obviously within a daily candle, you're going to have an Asian session, a London and a New York, right? So you get a continuation of every session, and the next day you're going to have Asian, London continuation, and then you're going to get New York that moves it with high volumes. Same thing happened here. When that daily candle broke, we were in a high volume session. So I was waiting on the same thing over here. Once this daily candle closed bearish, I was thinking, oh, this is it for Bitcoin. This is going to be when this breakout happened underneath this low. if it does too, if it does come back and happen, that breakout's gonna be the meltdown to like 20K, probably send spikes to like 18K within the same week. And so that was my idea behind that. So what I'll do is I'll just sit and wait. And I was explaining, I want to pull gold up so I'm not missing this on my phone here and watch. But when I was explaining this to people, I was explaining about the daily candles closing below the structure during New York. If it continues breaking out, I'll have an order sitting below pre-New York lows. So pretty much what happens is kind of like on gold, you just get pre-New York lows such as 6:45 in the morning, and just like that, or even above, like yesterday, you get pre-New York highs above 6:45 in the morning. I played the buys yesterday on gold above that. So what you can do is just play the breakout during a high volume session, and these things will rip a lot of times. And so, obviously I just play the targets on the daily, but it's important. People will always ask, like, why don't I play the pullback, or, why don't I just play the anticipated move? And one thing I stopped doing was just that, because what I realize is like a bias, it can just be an obstruction to reality a lot of times. And let's say that I anticipated Bitcoin here to drop off down here, and I sold that, A, if I didn't risk correctly, or B, over leverage, whatever, this thing just would have destroyed me on the way back. And yeah, I wouldn't have risked back up this high, but you get what I'm saying. Instead of just playing the breakout and playing the safe trade, a lot of people try to anticipate, and it's just obstruction to reality. The chart at this point isn't telling you to short it, but yet people are shorting it, right? It's like S&P right now. Even technically, this chart doesn't say I need to be short, and people are short on it, and they get destroyed every single week. That's like if I watch sentiment too. I watch a lot of sentiment on the currency pairs from like averages of brokerage. I'll watch the sentiment on the long and short position. So if you're to go to like, let's just find something that's over leveraged here. See, like GU is 66% short, and I don't even need to look at it. I know that this pair is going long right now. So if I pull up a chart of GU and I just look at it, I can just see like 60-70% of those brokers' clients are short. And this thing's really had a pretty decent washout. So they're leveraging in against the market too. They're anticipating it's going to fall, yet it isn't. It's not ready for it yet. So I'll use these kind of things too, like just to see like gold, 74% long right now on gold. But yet this thing has just been trading to the downside for days and weeks now, you know? So all these people anticipate a bounce, and so do I, but this isn't the time. It's summertime. You've got a lot of earnings out the last few weeks, and it's just not time yet. It's not time to worry about it. Probably last quarter of the year is when you should worry about maybe like a long gold. But that being my point, I don't even need to look at a chart. I can just come in here and look at sentiment, and I already know everybody's wrong because they just trade like idiots. So thinking about it like that, it's just easier, like I was saying, to sit on your hands and just wait, literally wait on your trade. You don't have to you don't have to trade every single thing every single day, or think you're going to miss the move. A lot of times you're wrong anyways. You're very wrong. Think about the timing of the market. Every time you try to place a trade, I don't mean to say it like this, but I do, it probably sucks. You probably not that good at it. So what are you concerned about anyways?
And gold typically goes up at the end of the year
Yeah.
when people are stockpiling, leftover money.
Yeah, I'm not too concerned about missing, you've got to trade. Let's say that you've got a core position on gold anyways, just trading the intraday noise all year on the pullback. There might have
Yeah.
been positions that you've put in that are in drawdown or whatever. Trading the intraday noise around it will just keep you afloat daily. You can do some things and trade all of this noise. There's ways to do it. It looks confusing, it sounds confusing, but It's really not that hard, honestly. And I'm not saying I don't take losses or anything. Obviously I do, but you know, I'm just pretty strict with what I do at this point and it works. So I'm not going to change it. Because even I have given thought sometimes to trading these pullbacks and things. It's just not worth it. You don't know how far that pullback's going to go. It's just a lot easier to hit it as soon as it's breaking out. My trades will last literally like a minute or two and then I'm done. You know, I'm done for the day. I just get off. And then I can go figure out something else to do. You know, there's always something else to do. Go work out, go do something with a car, go do something else. You don't need to sit on the chart all day. That's what kills people too. Sitting there all day and just clicking the buy and sell button, just snowball effect, losing money. It's terrible. I've seen a lot of stupid stuff. The worst part is it's just boring sitting here. You know, I like what I do, but it's boring waiting on the trade.
Tanner, maybe you could review for us how you set the levels, what constitutes an obvious support.
Yeah, so we can just clear this off and just look at gold like this. So sure, like on the daily, it's kind of like bullish bearish, right? Like, yeah, we're bullish, but look at the more longer term. I guess we should say weekly we're bullish, but daily we've been really trading to the downside here for most current price action. So then you look at the 4 hour, right? And price just kind of peaked out up here and has just been creating these lower highs. So just easy market structure, like right off the bat, it's not that hard to look at that and see. So then I'm looking at just more current price here, and I can see on the 4 hour, this big wick down here leaves a pretty clean area to trade into. Now, when you're getting into more current price over here, it's a little more noisy. So, you know, if you were to look at the bottom of this 4 hour wick and you were to try to trade the short position on gold, like, okay, you can see there's a clean range right here to this 4 hour wick. So you've got, and let me make this a bit smaller to get it out of the way, but you've got clean range here, which is just no traffic. It's just wicks, clean range here, no traffic, wicks, clean range here, no traffic, just wicks, right? So then this might make sense to go to like 1791.82 for the first stop. So then what I'll do is just go down to the 1 hour and look, and sure enough, the 1 hour has just a wick here. So let me shrink this a little bit. So the 1 hour has a wick here, pretty clean. And then below that, you're going to have below like 1794.62 clean range down to these wicks. So I'm going to shrink this down too a little bit, just to clean it up. And then below 1793.64, you're going to have clean wick, right? So then when you're looking at it on the 30-minute, you've got to ask yourself, is it clean? Sure. Is the second range clean? Yep. And is the third one clean? Yeah, it's pretty clean.
So you're saying that where those wicks terminate is a point of rejection, where the market said stop, and orders came in, it turned around there.
Right. Look at the support on just about everything I made, like a turnaround, right? It's pretty clear cut, like areas. They're just turning straight around. Look what happened at 6:45 here. Price just hit and turned straight around. So that's why I catch interest in those kind of areas.
So a clean range refers to kind of a area of price where there's not obvious previous rejection points, where, because there's other traders like us looking for these points. They don't have an excuse to throw in orders at a given price. So it's more likely to just slide all the way down to the next known rejection point.
Right. Yep. Because think about your upside on gold. Like I'm saying, I don't want to trade gold. There's nothing clean up there. There's no clean, like you would have to trade back above this for a clean range because you have clean wick and a clean body of the candle. If you look on the 30-minute, 15-minute, see how choppy that is? This isn't clean up here. There's no, but look at our wicks to the downside, 15-minute wicks, 15-minute wicks, 15-minute wicks, right? The downside's all clean. The upside, there's nothing clean up here. Maybe on like a whole nother day, could you trade above 1800, 1801, 80, 1802, right? That's clean up there, but you ain't gonna trade that today. Right? So you got to look at what's clean and what isn't. This upside isn't clean, downside is. But let's think about a price like this now. This bounced right off of this support here, right? So you get the bodies of these candles, and I explain this like Bitcoin. There's the bodies of the candles here and here and here and here, and then you have the wicks. Price hasn't closed anything below the bodies of these candles. This next candle might drop and close below that. That's going to give us the signal that then we can trade below the 630 lows to continue down to 1794, 68, maybe even 1793, 87. Go look at Bitcoin on the daily, right? When we explain those daily candles over here, even like Jay is in here and he traded this because I explained this in the Zoom literally the night before. Look at the bodies of the candles, bodies. The daily candle closed through all of that, right? So then that's what gives you kind of like proper ground to trade the next break of that daily low. You've got all the bear structure. Your previous candle broke all that support and closed below the bodies of those candles. The next one broke the low. That's where you get that breakout trade every time. Gold does it every single day. Because you look at like the 30-minute yesterday on gold, you had like a resistance literally right here. That the 30-minute at 630 closed bullish above the previous body's highs and right into that resistance. So then you just bump that level up and say, okay, that the next one creating a bottom wick and breaking the high, that's going to let me trade up at that point. So that's why this is attractive here.
We have big news in 7 minutes, right?
Oh, I didn't. There's news today.
Was it today or
I thought
tomorrow?
it was tomorrow.
I think it's, oh,
No, there's no news today.
oh wait, that was CAD. Never mind.
Yeah, gonna have FOMC statement at 1 o'clock. I might be busy, but I'd like to listen to that if I can. And then FOMC statement, you have, yeah, the crude oil inventory is at 9:30. We won't be here for either of those. So it looks like we're gonna end up waiting on this 7:30 open. Because that's gonna be a new 30-minute, new 15-minute. This one, again, if we could close this 30-minute below this range here, that'll be nice. Yeah, somebody asked any thoughts on silver. I mean, long-term bullish on it. Like I said last week in the Telegram, intraday price action looks like garbage. Probably more downside if I had to guess. But you got to think on your daily, you're still in big accumulation. I'm not worried about this at all. You're gonna have noise. I expect a downside this summer anyways. It's not that big of a deal. I thought on the weekly that it was getting close a little bit ago, like when we were pushing up in here. A break above 28.77 at that point would have been a nice breakout trade, but it didn't. It rejected and got pushed back down. So you got to think where you come from, though. It popped out of this huge range and has been ranging for, I mean, over a year now up there. So I'm really not. Silver can range for a long time. Hence what happened down here and break out. I'm not concerned about this really. It wouldn't even surprise me to see a monthly candle dip below $22 and end up coming back into the range, so.
Yeah, if you look at the last year, it's been up and down in that it's just holding on to this level for now.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about this at all. I don't think any big movement's gonna come to the end of the year, towards
No.
the end of the year.
You can just try, if you're trying to buy physical silver, just try avoiding buying it when it's $30.
Yeah.
You'll be able to get it for 24, 25.
The premiums have been sucking.
Yeah. Every now and then they throw a sale out there on some of the big places when they haven't had sales.
You just
Try
gotta
to
wait.
catch
What's
I try
that?
to catch the half. I try to catch the half price sales over, the half price spot.
Yeah,
What places do half price sales?
AP Mex and JP Bullion. You I think you have to like register for their newsletter thing that they send in the mail, and you'll get a email and they'll like offer something at a discount. It's usually one specific metal and one specific type of.
Like one coin or something,
Yeah,
not like everything.
yeah. It's not on everything. It's usually on one specific product. Yeah, otherwise their fees are kind of extreme.
yeah, some of them can get. I thought I was gonna pull a fast one during COVID when that thing went to $10 an ounce. And those people stayed smart. They were not getting rid of their silver for less than 25, $30 an ounce still.
Oh, really? So it was like $15 over spot.
Oh yeah, here's the thing. Everybody knows these dealers, they know that the actual market value, they're not just gonna give it away. It would, regardless of what spot price says, it's just everybody knows, So even if that thing went to $5 an ounce, they're not doing that.
So I didn't miss out as much as I thought.
Oh no, if you were gonna buy physical, and you were gonna buy during COVID and you thought you were gonna buy it $10, you lied to yourself.
I bought a bunch for 30 after fees and stuff. It was 30.
Yeah, that's a typical buy around this area.
All right, 30-minute coming up.
Yeah, I really like to see this close down here. Because one of my least favorite trades is to trade a candle that comes from the top of a range and breaks the lows. It's way more likely to suck back up. So if that happens, I'll be waiting. Maybe we'll watch a 5-minute here instead of the 15 at this point. Still got a while though. I mean, this trade could set up toward NYSE open too. Could take a little bit.
So you've traded these breakouts for a while. You've been doing this for a long time. And you kind of describe what you watch for in 5-minute, maybe 15. You're watching for a candle close in an area where there's been just mainly wicks in the recent past. About how long do you have to get that trade in? I mean, how long does it hang around there before it takes off on average?
Now, are you asking how long will it take for me to get in a trade? Or
No, it's more how long does the price hang around that area before it shoots for the scalp?
there's been some days where right off the 7 a.m. open is broke, and some days where it does this and I don't get a trade at all, and some days when New York Stock Exchange, the value from that pushes it through, and I literally sit there and wait an hour and a half for that. There's no real answer for it. It can.
I mean, once the candle closes in that zone is kind of what I'm asking.
Oh yeah,
You have
once
20
you get,
seconds, you have 5 seconds, you have 2 minutes.
yeah, once it closes down in there, that's typically like you've got a few minutes probably, just depending, right? If this thing were to come and close, like let's say a 15-minute were to come and close all the way down on this support right here, the next one might make a top wick real quick and just shoot down. So you've got to be on it there. It can, once you break that level and you know that that's the level, that's your like pre-trade level, you've got to be ready. You've got to have everything ready to go because that thing can rip through there, right? And a lot of times it's just easier once you get that candle to close in there. It's a lot easier then, you know, okay, it's game on here. So now you just might go set an order there. That way you don't have to worry about missing it. So I mean,
Like set a stop order.
yeah, but even then, you know, there's no real answer. Who knows? I've seen where it comes down and closes in my area and just shoots again all the way back up, and you're sitting there with no trade for the day. So there's no real time component behind it. When it's ready to go, you're just watching it. It's ready to go. Typically, though, once it closes in there, things do happen pretty fast. But again, it can screw around, it can not do it, it can go the opposite way, it can whatever. And again, if I have a bias to something, like this, this is why I don't trade pullbacks. I don't know where it's gonna go. And I might be wrong about the bias to begin with. So it's just a lot better. Like if I have a bias and then the market breaks out in my bias, that's already a lot of my favor. Because you know, I understand it, and you know, when that market goes to that bias, I've seen it a million times. But we have a Trap King here too. What's up?
It doesn't look like it's gonna hit the level until probably.
Yo, what's up? What's up? How you doing?
What up?
I'm good. You guys seen anything to eat?
I'm looking at, just watching gold right now, see if I can catch the sell side of it. I don't like the buys. It's not clean up there, but nothing too clean. I'm not watching GJ or GU or anything like that. So
The only thing I've taken so far this week is GU and EU. That's all I've taken this week.
Oh yeah,
EU was called
yes.
EU was called yesterday. EU was called yesterday. I think the person that marked it up correctly was, I think, J. So I don't know.
This was
That's all.
This
That's
was
all
the
I'm thinking.
GU trade here.
Yeah, this was GU. Well,
This-
EU was clean. It's already played out, you know. So I don't know if anybody was able to take it. So now I'm waiting on my hands for EURGBP. That's what I'm waiting for. Whenever it comes, it comes.
See, you guys, this Trap King will trade an anticipated move, but he's been doing it for years too. You know, is that he can catch a falling knife. This is literally a straight up bullish price running at this, and this thing just hits and flips on a dime and just melts. It's pretty crazy. I try to catch a falling knife, that thing takes my eye out. Can't do it. That ain't for me, bro. Not for me.
Well, EU was interesting. So the only thing I'm looking at right now is I didn't want to call UCAT. Well, I'm looking at what's it called? Gold. Okay. Now as for gold.
Didn't you short Euro USD as well?
Yeah, H4. H4. You see it there.
Oh, okay. You did it right here.
Exactly. Right there. Right there. That was it there. That was it right there.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Yeah. So what's it called? I was looking at gold.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at gold on the 4-hour time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good. Now, what I'm looking at on gold is you can see where you have your crosshairs seated right there. No, where it was before. Go up. up, go up. Yep, somewhere around there. You see that candle there, that bearish candle there.
Mm-hmm.
I have my eyes on that candle. I have my eyes on that bearish candle. So let's see if we can go to the 1 hour time frame. There's something I was looking for there. Now the 1 hour, you see it there.
Mm-hmm.
Now the 1 hour time frame, if you look right at the bottom of that of the wick of that candle that was engulfed.
Yep.
At the bottom of that wick there. Then if you look slightly left, it's giving like a large M. Very close to it. No, you're going too far. Just very close to it. Before that, no. Go back to where you are. Current price. Yes. Okay, just like about 5-10 candles away. To the left, slightly to the left. Yeah, right there. So that's what I was looking at. That's the area I've been looking at gold to come to. Gold has been acting crazy, not really wanting to come there. But then again, if it doesn't come there, on the 4 hour, let's quickly go to the 4 hour again, because I did the proper analysis on this stuff. Now you see exactly where the market currently is.
Mm-hmm.
Just I don't know if it's to zoom out or zoom in. I want to see the overall view. What are you doing now? Is this zooming out or zooming in? What is this? Is this zoom in?
Nah.
This zoom
zoom
out.
in. This is zoom in.
This zoom in. Okay, good. So now you see where you have that area that you have those wicks there that you want to see them break, that whole area there.
Yep.
Okay. I want you to zoom properly. Let's look to the left. No. Zoom. This is man. This zoom. Man, it's crazy, man. I can't really get that thing. I want to see the market break all of this zone. Yeah. Remember, we have been talking about this for. I remember that Zoom we were talking about gold going to 15 something. This was a long time ago. This was about 2 months ago, where we talked about this move. I don't know, just a second. Let me see if it's on the daily, because I marked this thing up.
Yeah, I think it's on the daily.
Yeah, exactly, right there. Good. Now you see that the bottom where you have that kind of a W under there. Yes, right there, exactly, right there. I want to see the market come down to that zone. I want to see that happen, one. Then the second area of interest I want to see is on the left again, the bottom left. Exactly that. Yes, right there. I want to see it come down there. Why? Pull out a kind of trend line. I want to do a measured move and show you. From that swing high. No. The current swing high, yeah, there. To the low, to just, no, not there. Exactly, right there, good. Take it and put it from where the pullback has started from. No, take it to where the pullback started from.
Okay.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Put a horizontal line under. It's similar to where I want to see the market come to. So I want to see the market come down there. Is it going to happen in one day? I don't think so. It's going to take a while. That is why I'm bearish on gold. So I've been looking for anything to tell me to sell gold. The reason why I couldn't sell gold this morning was because it didn't get to the level I wanted it to get to. But then again, if it breaks all of this zone on that particular time frame, which is the 4 hour, I start looking for things to determine my sell bias. Like for instance, it gives me a trap, it breaks out for a sell, then I will jump in.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I don't think I'm ready to touch this pair except it goes to that zone above and falls, or it breaks this zone beneath. So that's what I'm looking at on this pair. The reason why I don't really know how to, I don't like, I know that yes, we like looking at, they say the trend is your friend and all of those stuff that people say. But the reason why sometimes I really don't bother with those stuff is because, I mean, when the market comes, if you want to go with a trending market, you shouldn't be going for like 20, 25 pips. You should be going for a very big move because you're going with a trend. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, if I'm going to be going for 50 pips, why can't I catch a falling knife? Catch a falling knife, trade anyhow I like, provided it gives me what I want. So that's what I'm looking at. That's my view on gold. I'll be waiting to see what it gives us.
Yeah.
Have you? Okay, so hold on.
I was gonna say I used to catch them falling knives. I haven't done it so long. It's been a while. But you might be right here, brother. You might be. Might be right. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised to see another leg down on gold too. Would make sense.
I really don't care what, to be honest, I think this week I've been able to catch about, the EU was about, I think about 35. G was about 60, that's about 95. So I'm looking for like another 50. If I get another 50, then I'm going to close for the week. But then I talked about EG earlier this morning, EUR-GBP, and somebody was able to help me mark it up. EUR-GBP, I know a lot of people do not look at this pair for some weird reason, but this just shows us that we can actually trade anything. So on EUR-GBP, on the 4-hour time frame, EUR-GBP on the 4-hour time frame, you can see this current bearish one that's given. Yes, right there. Good. If you look at those candles there, the bullish, those two bullish candles before that bearish engulfing. Yeah, you see that those two candles there? Those candles are I'm interested in those particular candles. But now, if I say, okay, fine, or let's do it like this. Let's just put a horizontal line beneath that, the lowest candle there, the lowest bullish candle, right there. So now let's switch over to H1. H1. So on H1, I have a very FXTM. Why do you use FXTM? No wonder. Anyway, on Wanda is actually a trap. It looks good. I like it because of this kind of market structure. And remember, when we've been telling people that when the market gives a large candle, most of the times the 50%, between the 50 and the 62% of that large candle is very important. So of that large candle, that large engulfing candle. So between the 50 and the 62 is very important. And if I go to like the 50 or the 62, it's going to line up with that line I told Tana to mark up initially. Now, if it's going to line up with that, then based off of the trap, it also tells me that that is also within my 50, there about that zone. So I want to see the market come there. I want to see the market come there. I want to see it may not get up there, to be honest. But that's why I'll stop at the 50%. I'll stop at the 50%, just at the 50%. So I'll stop at the 50%. So it may not get, so at the 50% is what I want to see. I want to see the market come there. Give me a week, just touch a week. I think that's going to give us like about 25 pips stop loss, I guess. It goes like a 25 pip stop loss thereabouts. Okay, for a move that is going to give us as much as I think about 40 pips thereabouts, 40 to 50 thereabouts. So that's what I'm looking at on EUR-GBP. Point of note, I'm not looking at any other pair apart from this and gold right now, because the truth is every week I pick up my positions and I'm like, okay, these are the pairs I'm going to be watching. If they don't fit me, then I look somewhere else. I'll focus on GJ next week. I'll focus on GJ. I'm seeing some things on GJ. I'll focus on it next week. But for now, it's EG and gold. So those are my ideas, anyways. Let's see if they play out. Let's see if they come to us. You know how long we waited for GU, bro? Waited for GU for almost 2 weeks. 2 freaking weeks. We waited for GU.
Yeah. And it happens like that sometimes. It takes forever. Typically I use like my gold is Rwanda. My silver, obviously you can't use it for Bitcoin, but S&P, can't use it for oil or the DXY, but yeah, I just typed in EUR-GBP and it's the first, if you just hit enter, it'll take you to the first broker that's on there. Hopefully everybody took a note on Euro GBP.
Anyways, I'm out. I just wanted to come in and drop that.
All right, brother.
All right, Tim, take it easy.
Trap King has some very solid trades. Very solid trades. Yeah, looks like he marked up the Euro GBP. Good trade idea. Man, we are playing the waiting game today, huh?
GJ is kind of close to breaking up. Well, I mean, it's near a level anyway.
Yeah, I talked about GJ last night and GU. I'm done trading them, so if you guys want to trade them, you're right. There's a clean range coming up here. Pretty clean back up to this high, this 4-hour high. 1 hour is going to be pretty clean. Pretty clean area. 30-minute, pretty clean. You got to be mindful now. This is a smaller, still a 10 pip range, but yeah, I mean, this looks pretty clean. You're right. It's pushing bullish. Holding support. If this 15-minute candle were to close up against this again and then break out on the next one, you could trade the buys on it. Or maybe even if you were to execute on a 5-minute, if the 5-minute were to close up there, you could execute on the break of this with the next 5-minute. I'm not going to execute on this, but if you guys don't want to wait on gold, I can just explain how I would trade GJ. And if you guys want to take it, you can take it. This 30-minute, leaving this huge wick here. You got a big 30-minute close, 6:30, bullish close at 7, another bullish close here at 7:30. Man, imagine trying to execute on this breakout earlier. You'd have had to wait on the 7:30 candle probably, but it didn't really break out, honestly. But if you did, you would have had to close maybe like 3 or 4 pip loss. So new 5-minute candle started creating a bottom wick. This one closed bullish again. Let's look at GU too, just see what it's doing. Whole lot of nothing. But yeah, so anyone interested in GJ, this has a clean 30-minute, clean 1 hour. Has a clean 1 hour. Let me look at the 30-minute over here. 30 minutes, okay. Not my favorite range on the 15-minute, but yes, gold's gonna drag us out all the way until 8:30 today. It's gonna take forever to set up.
Yeah,
So
I was
annoying.
noticing that. Look like we're not gonna get anything till after 9:15 or 9:30.
It's annoying.
It's looking 9:30.
See now, this is where you got to be careful how you execute on GJ, because one thing you haven't seen is you haven't seen a 30-minute close up in here. You haven't seen a 15-minute. You've got to see at least a 1-minute candle close bullish, really bullish through this high. So like this 1-minute closing bullish through these highs right here. Now, if this next one were to go visit the idea of breaking that high, you could entertain the idea of going long to play the breakout with anticipation that it's just going to break out of that area at this point. So like you look at the bodies of the candles, there was no candles that would close up, through there. So now you've got it. And this is why you wait, because this next one might melt off. You wait for it to break the high and continue up from there. So that's how I would play GJ. But like with this 1-minute candle, like running this bearish, unless this were to be a wick and it were to close all the way back up here, I would have to wait again.
That would be one heck of a wick too.
Yeah, exactly. Especially on the 1-minute. So like it rejected there again. So now you would be forced to again wait. Like if the 1-minute went and shot straight back up and closed back up there, okay, then you could execute on the next 1-minute on the break of the high to continue running. GJ moves like a slug though. It's going to be a chop move to the upside, I bet. The 30-minute doesn't look bad. The 15-minute doesn't, it just doesn't look great. Where are we at here?
And that's if it moves to the upside, right?
Yeah.
I mean, don't anticipate too much because part of me thinks, hey, that's a big pullback. You just buy right there. But it doesn't always cooperate. It's not gold, but
Speaking of gold, I'm going to look at it real quick. Make sure we're not missing any good price action. Probably not. No, nothing crazy happening at all. So like this 1-minute close pretty bullish into this. So you see how it just GJ at this point this morning, it's just been like smacking into this area, smacking into it. This gets a lot of people. And yeah, sometimes it won't break out at all and it'll just melt off. And even if it does break out, it fails. But a lot of times on these, after they break out, just like our typical trades, they just rip out of there. But you've got a new, so like you could see again, like no 5-minute candles have really closed back above this area yet. So you'd be forced at this point to, you're going to be looking at the 1-minute on this point. If you really want to, I guess you could say, force the trade. Now, my idea at this point would be you've got the 8 a.m. open coming up, which is important. That's a new 4-hour candle. And what you don't want to do is get stuck in this during that, because those pullbacks on the 4-hour candles can be brutal. So what I would do is wait for this 15-minute that closes here in 4 minutes. You would want to see that 15-minute close above these candles bodies. And then the next 15-minute would retrace to create a bottom wick and then break out to run. So we'll look at this idea here in 3.5 minutes. With gold, it's going to have a new 4-hour candle opening as well. And this is just a mess over here. This is choppy. It's going to be a tough one today. Let's see. We'll see who has the real patience today, for who sticks around to possibly not even catch a trade.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten the volume we should have gotten by now yet.
Oh yeah, there's no.
Everybody's waiting for 9:30 Eastern.
Yeah, there's no volume right now. Wonder what's going on. Any news here? Lots of earnings yesterday too. Check the news. Let's see what these guys are saying today. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong news. I don't care about all this stuff. By the way, is anyone else's like where you guys live? Are they closing back down? For this apparently new COVID nonsense. Anyone else getting closed back down?
I mean, I'm in Virginia. We haven't heard yet. I think I think people are going to make their announcements over the weekend. Or I mean, on Friday or early next week. I think they're gearing up for either at the beginning of August or middle of August sometime.
I know LA County, they did it in St. Louis was talking about doing it. Or they are apparently, like yesterday was when it was put back into effect.
We'll see how that goes.
I literally won't go anywhere. I don't care. I won't support. If I gotta wear it, all that, I'm just not going anywhere. Somebody asked, can I look at Bitcoin? What about Bitcoin? The only thing I want on Bitcoin is a short position down below this. That's it.
It's
I
coming.
don't I don't
It's
care
coming.
about buying it at all. I don't care about Bitcoin. I seen a headline in the news yet or 2 days ago that was Bitcoin with yet another great week. And I'm thinking this thing hasn't had a great week in weeks. The price got chopped in half from the highs. That's terrible. I'd hate to be in this. The volatility is just insane. But yeah, they're mandating masks again in St. Louis right now. So new 4-hour candles are here. Oh, let's look at GJ again. So 15-minute again failed to close above. No, 5-minute close above. No, 1 minute. It's like pretty big though. This is pretty big. 1-hour candle close here, pretty bullish. Held support pre-New York. Another one closed pretty bullish. I mean, I would not be surprised to see GJ go up here today. If it might be this 5-minute that with the new 4-hour open, this 5-minute might close up here and trigger the entry for this. Yeah, I see a lot of conspiracy ideas behind. There it goes. Behind all the stuff in China, and China just wants to regulate it all. They want their digital currency to become the world reserve or the yuan. But here now, if this 1 minute breaks again, you can execute on GJ buys. Because what this is going to do is, like I said, on the 5-minute, it'll put the 5-minute close back above these candles how you would want. Yeah, if this 1 minute breaks again, you can probably execute on that buy. See, but what happens with these is like you might go up, so like 5 pips in profit here. And if it starts to yank back where it's, going back into this range deep, you've got to manage that risk. But you've got clean, your 30 minutes have been closing okay. Your hourlies have been closing bullish. And you've got that clean range on the 30 minutes. So this thing should finish off. A lot of times I find that GJ anymore gets so choppy on these moves where you've got to hold through the pullback and let it run, and it'll finish making its move, but before it has to try to shake you out and scare you that it's not going to. It's actually pretty annoying to trade sometimes. But on the flip side, like you have to control that downside risk. So the whole point of the breakout is to play the breakout, right? So if it starts to come back into your range, like 2 or 3 pips or whatever, you've just got to close them out, and not, you can't hold on to it. Attachment, all that, you got to get rid of it. Although like 15-minute, 30-minute, it makes sense to continue. It's pushed up a couple pips, but can't completely break out. I mean, I guess gold isn't going to give us, it's not going to give me anything today. We're 807 now, so not a whole lot's happened here. Let's just give it time to see how. See how this price reacts here. Might be just no trade for me today, for real. Just watch GJ for a minute. See what it ends up doing. So it looks like this is moving back up. Like I said, GJ can be, unless it comes back into your range, you can hold on to it, but it can be a bit chopped sometimes. It can be annoying to trade. Gold typically will make those straight runs. GJ will chop around a bit, but at this point, like, you've got another bullish candle on a lower time frame. This should, if it starts to really come back in this range now, you just got to close it out. You're going to have a new 5-minute candle here as well that started. So maybe it just created a bottom wick, but if it breaks this high on this, if this current breaks the previous high, it should continue making that move. But as well, like lower time frame, 1 minute, it's just been rejecting up there. Breakouts can be a weird spot sometimes to trade. Gold's still not freaking moving today. Man, there's just no value right now. Oh, here comes gold. Finally moving a little bit. You guys know what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna take a risky position on gold, a little bit, shouldn't say risky, but a little more aggressive. And if this 15-minute will close with this big wick bearish just like this, and the next one continues, there's a good chance I'm gonna execute underneath this wick low to, I gotta wait for this to create a top wick first. So no execution yet. No, on my luck, it drops and doesn't create one, and this is gonna be the easiest part to trade today. I gotta wait for a top wick, so can't touch it yet. Cannot touch it yet. Well, it looks like GJ busted back up a little bit. Maybe you'd be up like 6 pips at one point. Yeah, like I said, this is a choppy move up here. Honestly, if I were in this trade right now, I would just close this with a little bit of money. Oh, right when I say that, it starts moving again. Yeah, if this thing breaks again, this thing is for sure gonna continue up, but I think I'd be out of this. It's just moving way too slow. Too scary for me. No volume, already in the money. I'd be out. So we got New York Stock Exchange open here and pretty much 8:30, 8:17 now. So it's pretty soon here. I mean, gold looks like I want to short it there so bad. Volume's just been trashed today. I'm afraid that if I nail it under there, it's gonna come back up. I might put the risk there and just do it. Maybe what I'll do is wait for 10 minutes and hope it doesn't go too far. Execute underneath this low on New York Stock Exchange open. This will be a nice range here, 11 pips, 20 pips, 11 pips here. It's probably what I'll do. I want to see if we can more lock in this high a little more and push this down until then. Because then that would close the 30-minute pretty bearish if it were to continue. And then I could trade the next 30-minute open. It could create a top wick and break the low. I could trade that to continue down. Man, what a boring day of trading today was. No in and out, just everything taking forever. It's like that sometimes. Yeah, so see how GJ just kept stalling out. I hope if somebody took this, at least when I said I would close here, hopefully people close. Because if not, when this busts back in this range right here, you'd have to close like 2-3 pip loss. So we got about 7 minutes. I think we're gonna get our trade during this. See, at this point, like executing under that low there, I would have to have this a break even. Oh yeah, have it at break even for sure. See, of course, like the trade I don't take, I would probably close it out by now with a smaller gain than anticipated, but the one I don't take just plays out. This will be good though. This is going to be, hopefully price doesn't move too crazy. We've got less than 5 minutes now, new 5-minute candle. Because think about it, this candle here is going to close like we locked in that high for now, and this candle would close pretty bearish right near the support here. And what you could do is on the next one, you could watch it create a top wick and break. And when it broke the support, you could execute to continue down and probably get a pretty nice move out of this today. We just have to hope that this thing doesn't screw around without us and drop and leave us. That'd be pretty annoying. Because at this point, I don't think we would have to wait for, we wouldn't have to wait for all these ranges down here or anything like that. This morning, when we were closer to them, we could have, but it's not necessary this morning. Or it's not necessary now like it was this morning. So we got about 3.5 minutes. And also, if you don't come on here and execute or understand or don't understand gold, it moves fast. My execution, I always, if price pulls back in the range, I close fast and early. I don't hold on to my losers. So if you execute not knowing how I trade, that's on you. And if you execute not knowing how to manage it, that is on you. Got to show up and learn, see how we trade. Then you'll understand the executions and management and all that. You go doing things on your own, you're going to take losses and get mad and not understand. My buddy just sent me a headline from the news about Pfizer shares new data suggesting that a third dose of COVID vaccine strongly boosts protection against the Delta variant. These guys are making so much money, it's unreal. I hate to tell it to people, but that's the truth. All comes down to money. They could care less. Man, what a crappy close for the 15-minute candle. That's not a good close at all.
I popped on here just to see what happened.
Nothing. You didn't miss anything.
No.
We still haven't, nothing's happened. My guess is, so I'm not going to execute on this idea, but just looking at things and how price action typically behaves, like if price were to create, so it's going to close, right, in 8 seconds, the 15-minute and the 30-minute. If price were to create a top wick and break this low again, that would be like execution for 10 pips. But that, like, these trade ideas are getting a little more risky, you know, each time we talk about them. And this doesn't have a top wick, so you couldn't execute on this anyways, but now it does. Not yet. Faked out again. Now it's got a top wick. That's just it though. Man, we might not get a trade on gold today at all.
Yep, that's it for me. I'm out. I got a meeting for work, so thanks a lot.
Yep. Yeah, I
Hey, Dan,
think
I'm not going to execute a trade today, but I'm not set up to yet. So I was wanting to know, when you do execute a trade, what app do you use and what do you recommend?
yeah, so you can connect. I guess it just depends. If you're wanting to trade gold like this, you can execute on, yeah. So the app you're executing on is called MetaTrader, whether it's MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5. You know, the MetaTrader 5 is obviously the newer one. And you can download it on your phone, you can download it on your computer, you can whatever you want to do, but you execute on MetaTrader 4 or 5, and you have a broker that connects to it. So like if you just go on YouTube and you look up how to connect broker to MT4 or MT5, you're going to find all kinds of videos. Like your questions will get answered. But yeah, executing on MT4, whatever broker just connects to it, And again, if you look on YouTube, like somebody out there will explain it a little more to how to connect it all, you know?
Okay, I'll do that today and get it set up. I just was curious what you used.
Yeah, I recommend just paper trading, just demo, fake money, real-time markets, understanding how to use it, all that. I wouldn't go in head first if you've never traded or anything with real money. Yeah.
No, I never have.
Yeah. Yeah. So I recommend just you can look up demo, like how to open Forex demo account, right? Or how to open a demo account. You can look up how to connect demo account to MT4, MT5. You'll go down the rabbit hole. You'll start to click on different videos and learn about different things. But yeah, I mean, I would trade fake money for sure, not real money.
Okay.
You don't want to lose real money yet.
No, that would make the wife very unhappy.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, gold is in no hurry today. We're gonna have to see. I'm not gonna be on here very much longer at all. Typically, I'm done by 9 a.m. my time, but if the trade doesn't happen like pretty quick after the stock exchange opens, then I just get off. But it could be coming back down right here. I'm gonna give it a chance on this 15-minute candle for a few more minutes and see where price starts to head. But everything's just it's taken all forever to set up today. So see how this 15-minute candle now rejected to the upside again too. We're creating a wick, or we had the bottom of that wick from earlier. This could get interesting here. This could be, we'll see what happens here. 8:35, so new 5-minute candle. Yeah, it's got a top wick now. So you can see that lower high is just locked in there. If we break the low on this 15-minute candle again, I'm gonna execute a sell here. Mm-mm-mm. See if we can continue to get a drop here. Bouncing off of this lower time frame support right here, right now. See if we can break it and continue. Oh yeah, give me that meltdown, come on. Yes, sir, keep going, keep going. Ooh, it's a nice little mover there. All right, I'm gonna close this trade out. I'm out, got out of it. Sneaky, sneaky position here. That'll do it. That will do it for me today. That's gonna do it. Gold short today. There's the execution. There's the meltdown. Easy enough. Gold short today. And there's the continuation on it. Anyone else short gold? Am I the only one that went in on this? Don't tell me I'm the only one who waited this long to execute. Douglas caught it. Nice.
Just watching this today. Just
there you
watching.
go.
Just
That'll
wanted to
do
see
it.
how you were gonna do it.
Yep. I done did it. That's it. Got sneaky with it today. That's actually pretty impressive. That's a hard position. So that's a pretty decent read there.
You had to work for it.
I did, but they ain't getting one over on me today. I came here to trade. Look at that. That whole thing's a wick now. In and out. That's pretty good. I'm proud of myself today. Pretty good trade. I'm getting pretty dangerous with this gold. Getting pretty dangerous with this. Good trade. So that's going to be it for me. I am done trading. I'm done looking at the charts. I got other things I have to do. I let my car sit for 3 weeks. Started it yesterday and I'm having some problems with it. Terrible idea to let that kind of car sit that long, and I might be paying for this one. So I've got to figure out, I got to take care of that today. See what I'm going to do with it. But yeah, that's going to be it. So I'll be back to the public. I'll trade Friday. I'll trade with my private group tomorrow. I'll be back, trade with you guys Friday.
Thanks for your time, Tanner.
No problem. Yep. I'll catch you guys Friday.
Thanks.
I'm out of here.
See you Friday. Bye.
Yep.